Hi everyone, it's Alyssa Kaufman, and in this video, I'm going to be doing some role playing um, for a family who's come in for their first family session. So I'm going to break it down into three different parts. So the first part, what I would basically be doing is just trying to build a rapport with the family. I would really be praising them for coming in. I would tell them something like, welcome to my office. You may sit wherever you're comfortable. And then I would try to kind of see who sits next to who. And then I would, again, start praising them. I understand that you have busy schedules. This is a great first step to come in. We can all get to know each other during these first few sessions. And then I would really focus on what brings them in. I'd maybe bring up the topic of their sister, getting a little information about what she's been through, and then how this has specifically affected the family. Maybe once I go around and figure out their demographics, I would ask them, so how has it affected you? How has what your sister has been going through affected you? Because her situation may have affected the family members in all different ways. I would also review some rules with them. I would tell them that everyone gets a chance to talk and we talk through our problems. We don't talk over one another. And in terms of goals, I would tell them that I would love to see you improve on your communication with one another through self-expression. We can work on different coping skills, understanding the sister situation, and basically just how to move forward. And then I would also tell them, but I want to know specifically what you want to work on, and make sure they each have a chance to express why they think they're here and something that they would like to work on. For the second segment, I would, if they would start to bicker, I would remind them that one person speaks at a time. We don't speak over one another. And instead of pointing the finger at one another, let's try something different. Let's try to word it as, I feel blank when you say this or do this, instead of kind of putting the blame on one another. You're doing this. You make me feel this way. I would try to use more statements such as like, when you say this, this is how I feel, to kind of avoid any bickering. And if it would get kind of inappropriate where the parents are bickering in front of the children, I would remind them that their children are there and say, if you guys would like to do a one-on-one session with me or a different therapist, maybe that's something we can do at a later point and I can help you set that up. But let's try to keep today focused on why we're here, and remind ourselves that the children are present and to take that into account. In terms of the third segment, how I may end the session, I would tell the family, I would really appreciate if you guys this week could journal your thoughts and feelings. I would also think that it would be a great idea if you guys could write down any triggers that give you anxiety, anything that stresses you out in terms of your home life. And also, I would love if you would write down any coping skills or self-care that you do, such as reading, working out, just talking to one another. I think that would really help me get a sense of how the home life is, and it also would help me know on a more personal basis, if each family member writes something down, they can choose to share it with the entire group, or maybe they would like to do a one-on-one session and share that with a therapist. And I chose to ask them to write down the coping skills and the self-care, just to kind of get a feel if there really even is any self-care going on, and if it's an appropriate self-care. because I would want to work on positive coping skills with them. And like I said earlier, working on the goal of improving their communication. So these are the basic homework, that I would ask the family to do. So thanks for watching, and I would appreciate any suggestions.